Chosen one. Heaven is sounding an alarm in your spirit. You have felt the stirring, that quiet unease that will not let you rest as before. This is not anxiety. This is awakening. The trumpet of destiny has been lifted to divine lips, and its sound is reverberating through the corridors of your soul. You are not imagining this moment. You are standing in it. The time of quiet waiting is over. Heaven has begun to move, and your name has been spoken in the courts above. Listen carefully. Something in the unseen realm has shifted. The hand of the Almighty is turning the wheel of divine timing. For years, you have walked faithfully through shadows, misunderstood by many, forgotten by some, yet seen always by the one who writes destinies in light. Every tear you cried, every night, you wondered if it was all in vain. None of it was wasted. Heaven has been collecting your pain like precious oil. And now, that oil is about to ignite. This is your call to rise. You have been chosen not for comfort, but for impact. You carry an assignment that hell fears, and that is why the battles were so intense. But those battles were not meant to destroy you. They were training you to recognize heaven's movement. Even now, divine winds are stirring, gathering around you, preparing to lift you to the next realm of favor. You are not like the rest. You were never meant to blend in. Every rejection you faced was a redirection from heaven. Every delay was a divine pause. God was perfecting what He placed inside you. And now, beloved, the pause is breaking. Heaven is preparing to release sudden wealth and favor, not the kind measured only in coins and numbers, but in opportunities, alignments, and divine access. Do not be surprised when doors begin to open without explanation. When people who once ignored you suddenly remember your name. When emails, calls, and invitations begin to flow like a river that was long dammed and now bursts forth in flood. For heaven is positioning you in sight of kings and decision makers. The season of being hidden was necessary, but the time of revealing has come. The Spirit whispers, "This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention." Everything around you is being rearranged. Heaven is scripting scenes that will usher you into rooms you did not apply for, circles you did not chase, blessings you could not manufacture. You will not have to force it. It will unfold. Favor will find you because favor knows your name. But, chosen one, before the release, heaven must find your heart ready. The trumpet does not sound for entertainment. It calls the army to position. The blessing requires preparation. So steady your spirit. Clean your motives. Release resentment, jealousy, and fear. The wealth that is coming is holy. It carries the scent of purpose. Those who hold it must do so with clean hands and open hearts. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 33, "But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." This is the divine order. Favor follows alignment. Prosperity follows purity. When your heart seeks His kingdom above your own comfort, the heavens cannot stay closed. The sound of the trumpet announces not only opportunity, but responsibility for those who will steward what is coming. This is your commissioning moment. Look around. The signs are everywhere, systems collapsing, markets shifting, hearts growing weary. But you, chosen one, are not called to fear the shaking. You are called to rise in it. For every earthly structure that fails, heaven is preparing a divine replacement. You are part of that blueprint. Your obedience, your faith, your willingness to stand firm when others fall back, that is what qualifies you for what is next. So now, listen again to the sound of that trumpet. Feel it vibrate in your chest, calling you to attention. Heaven is not waiting for another generation. It is calling you. This message found you for a reason. Stop doubting your significance. Stop postponing your obedience. The shift has already begun, and you are standing in the middle of it. Before this moment ends, declare your alignment publicly. Comment below 777 as a prophetic act that you are ready to walk in divine completion and heavenly favor. And if this word bears witness with your spirit, like, share, and subscribe, so this message of awakening reaches every other chosen one still asleep. The trumpet is sounding for all, but only the awakened will hear. Your preparation is your proof. The heavens are opening. The wealth, the favor, the divine opportunities, they are not coming one day, they are forming now. Step into position, because when the trumpet sounds again, it will not be to warn you, but to release you. You have been marked, chosen one. Before you took your first breath, your name was written in light upon the scrolls of eternity. Heaven did not overlook you. It designed you with intention. There is a seal upon your life that cannot be erased by rejection, failure, or delay. You have been marked for overflow. The mark is not visible to human eyes, yet every realm recognizes it. Angels respond to it. Darkness trembles at it. Favor follows it. You may not have understood why certain doors refused to open for you, while others who seemed less prepared walked through theirs with ease. But heaven never measures readiness by appearance. It measures it by alignment. There were doors you were not permitted to enter because they would have diminished your anointing. There were platforms you could not climb because they were too small for your destiny. Heaven does not waste oil on temporary altars. It prepares eternal vessels. And now, the seal upon your life is being activated. The light within you is beginning to glow stronger, pressing against every limitation that tried to contain it. The divine timing of your manifestation has come. Where you once labored with little result, you will now begin to see rapid growth. The things that were heavy will begin to move with ease, and the favor that seemed delayed will suddenly begin to multiply. Do not mistake this moment as mere luck or coincidence. Heaven has an economy that functions differently from the world's. When God chooses to release overflow, He does so not through chaos, but through covenant. The wealth and favor that are being released now are not random. They are targeted. They are drawn toward the marked ones. Those who remained faithful even when the spotlight faded. Those who continued to sow, to pray, to build. Even when no one saw the labor, the Spirit whispers, "You are being located." Even now, divine resources are being rerouted toward your name. Connections that seemed forgotten are being reawakened. Old promises are being dusted off. Heaven has remembered you. You will not be bypassed this time. The same God who hid you for protection is now revealing you for manifestation. The abundance that is coming is not a trickle, it is a flood. But this flood is not meant to drown you, it is meant to carry you. The waters of blessing are rising, and those anchored in obedience will float, while others are swept away. Remember, when the blessing comes suddenly, It tests your heart faster than it rewards your hands. Be wise. Remain humble. Guard your purity in the midst of prosperity. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 17, verse 7. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in Him. That trust is your key. The overflow is not released through striving, but through confidence in divine timing. When your trust is anchored in God, your provision becomes anchored in heaven. You are not competing for limited opportunities. You are connected to limitless supply. The world measures worth by possession, but heaven measures it by posture. The humble heart is a magnet for miracles. Chosen one. Understand this. Overflow is not only about having more, it's about becoming more. Heaven's abundance transforms identity before it transforms circumstance. The Lord is enlarging your spirit so that what once felt too big will now feel like your natural environment. You will speak with new authority, walk with divine assurance, and operate in a peace that confounds those who once pitied you. The mark of overflow is visible not only in what you have, but in how you carry yourself. This season is not about earning favor, it's about manifesting what was already spoken. The time of waiting has not been wasted, it has been the womb of wisdom. Every disappointment prepared you to steward what's coming. Every closed door redirected you toward the one that would open wide. You are walking into prepared places, not random blessings. Soon, you will look back and realize that the delays were divine detours. Heaven preserved you from counterfeit opportunities that would have consumed you. Now, the authentic inheritance is being revealed. You will not have to chase it. It will recognize your mark and find you. When heaven marks someone, it's not for mere survival, it's for dominion. You were chosen not to receive a portion, but to overflow until everything connected to you changes form. Businesses, families, ministries, and even nations will feel the ripple of your obedience. You are not just blessed, you are becoming the conduit through which others will taste the goodness of God. So walk boldly. Chosen one. The same God who called you has equipped you. The mark upon your life is your evidence that heaven has already decided in your favor. You carry divine endorsement. Act like it. Speak like it. Move like it. You are not striving for blessing. Blessing is chasing you down. Chosen one. You have waited long enough. You have prayed, endured, and believed through seasons when everything seemed still. But heaven has begun to move. The atmosphere around your life is shifting. What was once blocked is now breaking. The spiritual resistance that has delayed your blessings is crumbling under divine authority. You are stepping into the breaking of delay. Every moment of frustration was a sign that your breakthrough was near. Delay does not mean denial. It often means divine preparation. Heaven never rushes the making of a vessel meant to carry glory. You were being refined for a greater capacity, molded for weightier blessings. The process was long because what you are about to carry is heavy with purpose. Now, listen carefully. The spiritual embargo that kept your progress limited is being lifted. The invisible hands that held back opportunities are being forced to release them. Every spirit of stagnation that whispered, "Not yet," is being silenced by the voice of the Almighty declaring, "Now." The wait is over. You may not feel it immediately, but everything unseen is aligning. Documents will move faster. People will respond unexpectedly, and divine timing will cause sudden convergence. Heaven is rearranging schedules and seasons on your behalf. Your obedience has created a divine summons, and the court of heaven has ruled in your favor. But you must not return to old patterns of delay in your mind. The first thing that must break is not around you, it is within you. The mentality of waiting, the hesitation to act, the fear of being too bold, these must be destroyed. You are not a victim of time, you are a vessel of divine appointment. When God says move, everything else must yield. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 37, verse 7, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes." The stillness David speaks of is not inactivity, it is trust. When heaven moves, your heart must be anchored in faith, not fear. This kind of stillness is what shatters delay, because it signals to heaven that you are ready to receive without doubt. Look around. Chosen one. Do you sense how the winds have changed? There's a stirring, an unexplainable momentum building behind the scenes. The same areas that once resisted you will now yield easily. The hearts that turned cold will now warm to your presence. Even those who overlooked you will begin to seek your voice. This is the evidence that the yoke of delay has been broken. Yet, be cautious. The enemy often attempts to reattach himself to what has been freed. He will tempt you with impatience, distractions, and old voices that say, "Nothing is changing." But remember, manifestation often begins invisibly. Do not dig up your seed with doubt. Continue to speak what heaven has already confirmed. Declare movement. Declare advancement. There will be days when your feelings lag behind your faith. When your reality seems to contradict your revelation, in those moments, remember this: faith is the language of acceleration. When you speak in faith, heaven hears authority. You cannot be delayed by what you have already outgrown spiritually. Heaven's timeline is precise. There are divine appointments assigned to your life, moments that can't be missed. What looked like wasted years are being redeemed in an instant. What was stolen in one season will be restored in multiplied form in the next. Every no you endured is about to make sense as the divine yes unfolds. And when this breaking becomes visible, testify. Let your story become proof that God is never late. For the world measures success by speed, but heaven measures it by readiness. You are now ready. The waiting season has accomplished its purpose, and your obedience has opened the gate of sudden manifestation. Before this section closes, make a declaration in the comments. I move now, and say it as a prophetic act, not just a phrase. When you type those words, you are declaring that you are no longer in waiting mode, you are in movement mode. You are aligning your spirit with divine acceleration. You are agreeing with heaven that the season of delay has ended and the season of advancement has begun. Every time your eyes see those words again, let them remind you that you have crossed a threshold. Do not look back. Do not re-enter the prison of hesitation. Heaven has issued your release papers. Walk forward boldly, because the walls that once confined you have already fallen. The breaking of delay is not just about faster blessings, it is about freedom from fear. When time no longer intimidates you, you have stepped into the eternal rhythm of God. That rhythm is called grace, and grace never runs late. Chosen one. Heaven's abundance is not random, it flows along the path of obedience. You have learned that mere desire cannot summon divine wealth. It is obedience that opens the gates. Favor follows instruction. The currency of obedience is greater than gold, for it buys what money cannot. Peace, divine timing, and supernatural access. When God whispers a direction, the response of your heart determines the speed of your harvest. Many have prayed for blessings, but resisted the very steps that would release them. You have been trained differently. The delays you endured have refined your hearing, sharpening your spirit to recognize the subtle nudges of heaven. Now, every act of obedience becomes a key, unlocking hidden doors that no human effort could open. Do you remember those moments when you felt prompted to take small, almost illogical steps, to forgive someone who wronged you, to give when you were in need, to speak when you wanted silence? Those were not random tests. Heaven was measuring your readiness. Each yes to divine instruction was a deposit into your spiritual account. And now, the return on that obedience is due. Heaven operates by laws that never fail. When you align with those laws, you no longer chase blessings, they chase you. You are about to see resources, connections, and ideas flow toward you effortlessly. But this flow will not come because you demanded it. It will come because you obeyed. Obedience is magnetic in the spirit realm. It draws provision like gravity draws rain from the clouds. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 5. Now if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession. This is heaven's transaction model, obedience for inheritance. When you honor the divine voice above your own reasoning, you step into the realm of favored possession. You cease to live as one begging for blessings and begin to live as one trusted with divine resources. God does not pour wealth into careless hands. He invests it into obedient hearts. Chosen one. Obedience is not always convenient. Sometimes it demands you walk away from comfort, relationships, or familiar patterns that no longer fit your calling. But every surrender multiplies your future. The command that costs you the most often carries the greatest reward. Abraham's altar, Moses' rod, Esther's courage, all were acts of obedience that unlocked nations. Your act will unlock yours. Perhaps heaven has whispered something specific to you, a project, a move, a conversation you've delayed, a gift you've been afraid to use. This is your confirmation. Obey now. The window of grace is open. Delay in obedience is still disobedience. And what you postpone, you risk losing. The longer you debate, the more costly the lesson becomes. Understand this truth. Obedience never subtracts, it multiplies. The enemy lies, telling you that if you obey, you will lose comfort or control. But heaven's arithmetic is different. Every time you surrender what you think you need, God releases what He knows you can't live without. What feels like loss is often just seed. What feels like surrender is the start of overflow. The divine economy does not function like the world's. In heaven's system, obedience is the highest investment. When you tithe your will, heaven multiplies your outcome. When you yield your plan, heaven perfects your path. When you release control, favor finds you faster. That is why some people labor endlessly while others simply flow. The difference is not talent, it's trust. You are being invited into that flow now. a life guided by the quiet confidence that obedience never fails. When you follow divine direction, even your mistakes turn into miracles, paths realign, opportunities resurrect, and favor locates you again. The storms that were meant to drown you will carry you toward destiny when you sail under the flag of obedience. Chosen one. Your obedience is prophetic. It speaks louder than your words. It declares to heaven that you are trustworthy, and heaven responds with abundance. Do not underestimate the power of a single act of obedience. One decision can shift generations. One surrender can rewrite an entire story. The instruction you follow today becomes the testimony others will quote tomorrow. So walk closely with the voice. Stay sensitive. Heaven's wealth flows to those who move at God's rhythm. You are not called to understand every command. You are called to obey it. And when you do, you will see the supernatural laws of increase take form in your life. The currency of obedience will never lose value. It transcends nations, economies, and time. Keep spending it freely, and you will never run out of what heaven supplies. Chosen one, the hour of acceleration has arrived. What was once slow, what once crept through years of waiting, is now about to surge forward like a river released from a dam. You are stepping into prophetic acceleration, a divine compression of time, where what would have taken a decade unfolds in days. Heaven is bending time for your assignment. You have walked faithfully through the long corridors of preparation. You have learned patience, endurance, and faith when nothing moved. But now, the pace is changing. The Spirit of God is breathing upon your destiny with new momentum. The wind that once whispered is now roaring. Things that were stagnant are beginning to respond. Delays that once felt permanent will now unravel overnight. You will soon find yourself standing in places that took others years to reach. This is not because you are better. It is because you are chosen for this particular hour. When heaven accelerates you, it is not to glorify speed, but to manifest purpose. The kingdom has timelines, and you are being positioned for impact that cannot wait another season. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it linger. Wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." Acceleration, however, can feel unsettling. When things move fast, your mind will try to slow them down, to control, to question. But divine speed cannot be managed by logic. It must be stewarded by surrender. Think of it like stepping into a river that is suddenly rushing faster than before. You cannot swim against it. You must yield and let it carry you. Heaven's current knows the way. You will begin to notice divine coincidences multiplying around you, messages arriving at the right moment, people connecting at perfect timing, opportunities appearing in unexpected ways. These are not random. They are signs that divine acceleration is active. When heaven's wind begins to blow, it carries with it both direction and provision. Yet even in acceleration, God calls you to remember the source. Do not let speed make you forget stillness. Every blessing carries a rhythm, and when you honor that rhythm, the blessing multiplies without burnout. The world chases results. Heaven cultivates fruit. Stay rooted, even as you rise. And beloved, as this message reaches you, understand something sacred when heaven accelerates one. It often does so to ignite many. This message itself is part of that acceleration. It flows through time, through screens and speakers, to find those whose hearts are ready. If this word finds you and breathes life into you, let it not stop with you. Share it. Pass it on like a flame, handed to another torchbearer. Someone out there is still waiting in silence, not realizing the current has shifted. When you like, you strengthen the signal that this word must continue to travel. When you share, you extend heaven's reach into places unseen. When you subscribe, you align yourself with an ongoing flow of divine messages, becoming part of a prophetic circle that continually fuels faith across nations. And if your heart is stirred to donate, do so, not as payment, but as planting sow into the soil that feeds your spirit, so that others who cannot give may still receive freely. Every act of generosity becomes another stream in the river of acceleration. Think of it as a garden. When one person waters a seed, the fragrance blesses all who pass by. Your participation keeps that garden alive. Every view, every comment, every small act of support is another drop of water that allows these words to bloom in the hearts of others. Acceleration is not meant to isolate you, it's meant to connect you. Heaven's speed is collective. It moves in waves, carrying many together toward one greater purpose. You are not just running, you are part of a divine relay. And when you pass the baton through encouragement, through generosity, through sharing, the race multiplies in victory. Chosen one, you will soon look back and be astonished at how far grace has carried you in so little time. But when you see it, remember the secret. Acceleration without gratitude leads to emptiness. Keep your eyes fixed on the one who propels you, not just the motion itself. The same God who speeds your steps also guards your peace. So, breathe deeply. The wind of heaven is strong behind you now. Everything you've been waiting for is gathering speed. Every promise is coming into alignment. What you thought would take years is already forming in days. You are being carried on divine momentum, grace's invisible wings. Let your soul whisper, "I am ready." Then step forward without fear. You are moving not by might, nor by power, but by the Spirit of the living God, and His timing never fails. Chosen one, heaven has dispatched something powerful on your behalf. The waiting you have endured has not been in vain. Help is already in motion. There is movement in the unseen, a stirring in the spiritual realm that bears your name. You are no longer standing alone in the battle for your provision. The angel of provision has been released. For too long, you have been the one carrying the weight, working, praying, believing, and yet feeling as though heaven was silent. But this silence was not absence, it was strategy. God was arranging the exact moment when the angelic forces could be deployed with maximum impact. Now, that moment has come. These angels are not mere symbols of comfort, they are executors of divine logistics. They carry resources, instructions, and favor from the heavenly storehouse. They are moving unseen, whispering your name into the hearts of decision makers, influencing outcomes, and aligning opportunities in your favor. You will not have to chase this provision. It is being guided to you by hands, not of this world. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 12. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of His bounty, to send rain on your land in season, and to bless all the work of your hands. The angel of provision does not move in chaos. It follows assignment. That is why the trials you faced were so specific. Each challenge was shaping your identity, teaching you to handle the weight of blessing with wisdom. Heaven cannot pour abundance into an unprepared vessel. You have been refined to hold what others would waste. Now, expect movement. Expect messages, calls, and opportunities to come from unexpected directions. The provision may not always appear in the form you imagined, but it will always arrive in perfect timing. Sometimes it will come as money, other times as revelation, sometimes as partnership, other times as rest. Do not limit how God provides, just stay ready to receive. Chosen one. When heaven releases an angel on your behalf, everything connected to you begins to move. Even people who are unaware of your story will feel an unexplainable pull to bless you. Situations that once drained you will now serve you. Debts will dissolve. Needs will meet themselves through divine orchestration. You must, however, keep your spirit clear of doubt. Angels respond to faith, not fear. Every time you choose to trust instead of worry, you strengthen the signal that guides them. Worry clouds the frequency of heaven. Faith amplifies it. When you speak faith, the angel hears direction. This one still believes. The movement of these messengers is gentle but precise. They enter your atmosphere through words spoken in alignment with heaven's will. That is why your declarations matter. When you speak truth, you write instructions in the spiritual air. The angel reads them and acts. When you murmur in despair, the flow slows down. Speak faith is speak expectation. Speak life. The Spirit would have you know that you are entering a season of divine surprise. Expect provision to appear through channels you never considered, refunds you forgot, promotions you did not apply for, people you barely know moved to bless you. Do not analyze how, simply recognize who. Heaven is the source. Everything else is just delivery. The angel of provision is not coming to visit temporarily. It is being assigned to accompany you. Its role is to ensure that you have what you need to fulfill divine purpose. You are not meant to live from crisis to crisis, but from glory to glory. Heaven's economy does not operate on scarcity. It flows from abundance without end. Remember, every time you honor God with what He places in your hands, you create room for more. Generosity is the language of those who trust heaven's supply. The more freely you release, the faster the flow increases. Fear says, hold tightly. Faith says, pour freely. And it is faith that keeps the angels moving. Chosen one. This is your moment to acknowledge the movement. Heaven has not forgotten you. Provision is coming with wings, and its flight path is already directed toward your need. The sound you hear in your spirit, the quiet assurance that something is changing, is confirmation. When you sense that confirmation, seal it with action. Type 888 inches, the comments below. This is not superstition, it is a prophetic act. The number 8 represents new beginnings, and the repetition signifies overflowing abundance. As you type it, you are declaring alignment with heaven's promise that your provision is not postponed, it is present. Do not fear how it will happen. Do not question whether you are worthy. The angel has already left heaven's gates. Stay expectant, stay grateful, and stay ready. For the storehouses are open, and your name is written upon the next release. Chosen one. Breathe, your wilderness is ending. The landscape of your life, once dry and silent, is about to bloom again. The heavens have shifted, and the command has gone forth. Enough wandering. Every barren field, every place that once yielded only frustration, is now awakening under divine rain. You have entered the threshold where the wilderness season ends and the harvest begins. Do you remember those long nights when your prayers echoed back at you, unanswered and cold, when you felt like heaven had gone quiet? That was not abandonment, it was cultivation. Wilderness seasons are not punishments, they are classrooms. God uses the desert to detox your heart from dependence on earthly systems. He stripped away distractions so that when abundance arrived, you would recognize the source, not the supply. The wilderness has a sound, a silence so sharp it teaches you to hear whispers. It is there that you learn to discern between noise and voice, between distraction and direction. You came out lighter, stronger, clearer. You learned to survive on manna when there was no marketplace, to trust when you could not trace, to praise when you could not see. Heaven calls that growth, not suffering. Now, that chapter is closing. You will not stay where you were tested. The wilderness was a bridge, not a destination. Heaven has already spoken to the winds to shift the sand beneath your feet. The dryness you once endured will soon become testimony. Rivers are beginning to flow through the very ground that once cracked beneath your hope. The Word of God declares in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 19. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. This verse is not a metaphor. It is your map. Heaven is birthing newness around you. Things that failed before will now flourish because the timing has changed. Relationships that once drained you will now either heal or end, freeing space for divine connections. Even the dreams you buried, thinking they were dead, are about to resurrect in a form you could never have imagined. The wilderness taught you resilience, but abundance will teach you stewardship. In this new season, the lessons of hunger become wisdom for harvest. Do not despise what you learned in isolation. It will protect you in elevation. Those who never knew drought often waste the rain. You, however, I know how precious each drop is. That awareness will keep your heart humble and your gratitude sharp. This transition will not be dramatic. It will be gentle but undeniable. You will wake one morning and notice that the heaviness is gone. The pressure that once pressed on your chest has lifted. Conversations that used to drain you no longer have power over your peace. Opportunities will begin to approach quietly, naturally, like dawn light entering a room, and you will realize the wilderness has truly ended. You may still see traces of the desert around you, but its authority is gone. The same sand that once burned your feet will soon bloom with flowers of favor. The same ground that withheld fruit will now yield double. What once mocked you will now honor you. Chosen one. The wilderness was your furnace of transformation. You entered it uncertain, but you are leaving refined. There is a new weight to your voice now, a quiet authority that comes only from survival. When you speak of endurance, it carries power because you lived it. That is why heaven kept you hidden. It was crafting your testimony in secret. Do not rush this emergence. Let it unfold naturally. The transition from wilderness to promise is delicate. Walk slowly, Honor every small sign of progress and keep your gratitude alive. The worst is behind you, the best is beginning. When people see you now, they will not understand the depth of your journey. They will see the glow of victory, but not the dust of the desert. Smile and let it be so. You have endured enough explanations. Let your peace be your proof. You are standing at the threshold where the wilderness ends and the land of promise begins. The air feels different because it is hope has returned. And heaven has declared, this one has passed the test. Chosen one. You are entering the realm of divine multiplication. The seed you carried through seasons of scarcity is about to swell with supernatural life. You are standing on the edge of the mantle of multiplication. Everything you've sown in faith, in tears, in quiet obedience is now attracting exponential return. Heaven does not forget the small beginnings of the faithful. It multiplies them into movements. Multiplication is not just increase in quantity, it is transformation in essence. A single seed becomes a tree. A single act of obedience births a legacy. God is not simply adding to your life, He is multiplying through your life. The mantle upon you is not for accumulation, but for expansion. You are being entrusted with the power to amplify the purposes of heaven on earth. Do you recall the times you gave, even when it hurt? Spoke hope when you had none, or forgave when you could have stayed bitter? Those actions were seeds sown into spiritual soil. Now, the Lord is commanding that soil to yield. Every hidden act of faith has a harvest date, and the time of harvest has arrived. You will begin to notice that little efforts now produce disproportionate results. A single idea will open multiple doors. One introduction will connect you to entire networks. The law of heaven is in motion. What you touch begins to multiply. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 25, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Chosen one. Multiplication begins with a shift in perspective. Poverty thinks in terms of preservation. Abundance thinks in terms of purpose. When you stop asking, how can I keep it, and start asking, how can I use it for good? Heaven begins to multiply what's in your hands. God never multiplies what is hoarded. He multiplies what is released. The mantle of multiplication rests upon those who trust the process of giving and growing. Think of the loaves and fishes insignificant until surrendered. But once placed in divine hands, they fed thousands. Your gift, your idea, your calling may seem small now, but the moment you surrender it to heaven's purpose, it becomes limitless. You have been through seasons of pruning, where what you had seemed to decrease, but pruning was not loss, it was preparation. The vine must be trimmed before it can bear more fruit. Heaven was never taking from you, it was making room. Now, the branches of your life are strong enough to bear weight. Expect fruit abundant, lasting, undeniable fruit. Multiplication will not always appear as sudden wealth or visible gain. Sometimes it manifests as influence, your words beginning to carry greater weight, your presence beginning to shift atmospheres. Sometimes it shows as wisdom, an ability to see solutions others miss. Whatever form it takes, recognize it as divine multiplication and steward it with gratitude. The mantle also carries responsibility. Multiplication without wisdom leads to waste. Heaven is not sending overflow for you to store endlessly, but to distribute purposefully. You will become a channel through which resources flow to others. You will find that as you meet needs, Yours are met even before you ask. This is the paradox of divine economics. Giving multiplies, withholding diminishes. Guard your heart during this increase. Abundance can attract envy, misunderstanding, and imitation. Stay anchored in humility. Remember, the blessing is not proof of superiority, it's a sign of stewardship. The true test of multiplication is not how much you gather, but how many lives you elevate. Chosen one. The world will begin to take notice, not because you sought attention, but because multiplication cannot stay hidden. The light of increase naturally draws eyes, but let that light point upward, not inward. Every blessing you receive should echo the glory of the one who gave it. You are stepping into a cycle where your effort will be multiplied by grace. Where you once saw only addition, you will now experience divine compounding. Expect to do, in one season, what used to take 5. Expect favor to echo one yes, producing 1,000 outcomes. The mantle of multiplication is not earned, it is inherited through surrender. You have qualified through faithfulness, through consistency when results were invisible. Now, heaven deems you trustworthy. You will carry more, handle more, and bless more, not by striving, but by staying aligned. Take this in deeply. You are not just blessed. You are becoming a blessing system. Every word you speak, every action you take, every resource you release will multiply, because heaven has chosen you as a distribution point. You are the evidence that God still multiplies what He anoints. Chosen one. Not every miracle is loud. Some of the greatest moves of heaven happen behind closed doors, where the world cannot see, but heaven cannot look away. You are stepping into a phase of divine secrecy, divine transactions in secret. This is the realm where God shifts realities quietly, arranging alignments, opening paths, and softening hearts without announcement. What you thought was silence was actually strategy. You have prayed for visible evidence, but heaven often moves first in whispers before it manifests in wonders. Think of a seed buried, unseen, silent, yet beneath the soil, it is splitting, growing, preparing for emergence. That is where you are now. Heaven is conducting transactions in the unseen economy of destiny. Meetings are being scheduled on your behalf. People you do not know are being stirred to remember your name. You are being discussed in rooms your feet have not yet entered. Chosen one. Rest in this. When God works in secret, He protects you from sabotage. The delay you perceive is often divine discretion. Not everyone around you is ready to witness your elevation, so heaven conceals it until it is unstoppable. You have not been forgotten, you have been hidden under divine confidentiality. The ancient words recorded in Romans, chapter 8, verse 28, declare, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. That word works is not passive, it means ongoing activity. Even now, things are working. Heaven is rearranging structures, shifting hearts, and writing new instructions into the atmosphere. Every no that confused you is being rewritten as divine redirection. What felt like closed doors were simply rerouted blessings. You will soon begin to see signs of what has been developing in secret. Conversations will suddenly turn in your favor. Invitations will appear out of nowhere. Delays will dissolve with explanations that leave you speechless. People who once overlooked you will now extend unexpected help, saying, "I don't know why, but I feel led to do this for you." That is what divine transaction looks like, favor without negotiation. Understand this truth. The secret place is not punishment, it is preparation. God hides you to heal you. He withholds exposure to strengthen your foundation. You cannot carry public glory with private weakness. So, heaven perfects the unseen parts first. You are being built in silence for a purpose too loud to fail. Chosen one. Resist the urge to announce what heaven is still forming. Some blessings lose their potency when revealed prematurely. Protect the sacred by keeping it private until the appointed time. The angels working for you require silence to complete their mission. Too many eyes invite interference. Too many voices create confusion. Let your stillness become your strategy. When the time comes, the unveiling will be undeniable. You will not need to convince anyone. The fruit will speak. The same people who once questioned your path will say, "Surely the Lord was with them." The quiet season will prove to be your greatest investment. Heaven does not waste effort. It multiplies impact through timing. The Spirit would have you know this. Right now, divine files are being opened with your name on them. Heavenly messengers are delivering instruction to earthly vessels, your destiny helpers, those assigned to carry resources, ideas, or influence toward you. They may not even understand why they feel compelled to move, but they will obey the impulse of grace. Your role in this moment is trust. Do not panic if you cannot see progress. The unseen is often the most active. God does his best work when your hands are still. The next breakthrough will not come from striving, but from alignment. You are being positioned, even as you rest. And when you sense that shift, when peace settles where fear used to sit, when random doors begin to open, effortlessly acknowledge it. Let heaven know you perceive the movement. Comment below. I see it. Len. That short phrase is not just acknowledgement, it's agreement. You are telling heaven that you recognize the unseen work. You are signaling readiness for manifestation. As you type it, you harmonize with the invisible rhythm of divine activity, the quiet pulse of miracles forming beneath your reality. The season of secrecy will not last forever. Soon, what was hidden will shine, and the silent work of heaven will become the public wonder of your life. Until then, keep your heart steady and your faith sharp. The divine transaction is still in process, and when it completes, it will speak louder than any announcement you could ever make. Chosen one. What you are feeling now is not imagination. It is the tremor of a massive shift in the spiritual economy. The ground beneath you is quaking because heaven's vaults are opening. You are living through the beginning of the wealth transfer. For generations, the righteous have been prepared, refined, and tested. And now the divine exchange has begun. What was stored in the hands of the ungodly is being redirected toward kingdom purpose. The resources of the world are changing custody. You may have sensed this stirring a sudden creativity, unexpected favor, or an inner assurance that something larger than yourself is unfolding. That's because heaven is not only sending wealth, but entrusting stewardship. Money, influence, and access are being placed in the hands of those who will build, heal, and restore. The shift is not about greed, it's about governance. God is raising new caretakers for his resources, and you are one of them. as was spoken in the sacred texts of old. Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 22. Declares, a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. But remember, wealth flows through channels, not containers. The moment you become rigid, the current stops. To keep heaven's flow moving, your hands must stay open. The blessing is meant to pass through you, not end with you. When God sees that He can move resources through you freely, He increases what He places in your care. Think of yourself as a river. Rivers never worry about running dry because they are connected to a source. As long as water keeps flowing outward, fresh supply keeps rushing in. The same is true with divine provision. Your generosity guarantees your continuity. The only thing that can block your flow is fear. Fear dams the river, faith keeps it moving. Chosen one. This message itself is part of that flow. It carries the fragrance of heaven and the truth of your assignment. When you like, you acknowledge the river's current. When you share, you extend its reach, allowing others to drink from the same stream of revelation. When you subscribe, you stay near the flow, remaining connected to what heaven continues to pour. And when you donate, you are not giving to a person, you are pouring back into the very river that nourishes your spirit. It's like watering the well from which you draw. It keeps the source alive for others still thirsty. Imagine it like a lamp in a dark room. Every act of support adds oil to that lamp so the light can keep burning. Somewhere, someone is still lost in night. Your act of giving might be the drop of oil that keeps their light from going out. Heaven watches such gestures closely. What you release in love multiplies far beyond the reach of your hands. This wealth transfer will not only bring money but also visibility, authority, and divine partnerships. You will begin to see people drawn to collaborate with you, people who carry what you lack and need what you hold. These alignments will form heavenly networks that carry power to transform communities and nations. You are not just receiving wealth, you are being woven into heaven's economic fabric. Do not fear your own worthiness. Heaven does not distribute based on merit, but on readiness. You are being trusted because you endured lack without bitterness, because you learned to worship without visible reward, because you proved faithful with the little. Now heaven is ready to entrust you with much. Let this sink deep. You were never meant to chase money. You were meant to magnetize provision through purpose. When you live for something greater than yourself, resources race to find you. That is the divine order. The supply always follows assignment. So as this shift unfolds, keep your heart clean, your motives pure, and your hands open. You are not called to survive the world's chaos. You are called to steward heaven's economy. Every act of kindness, every gift given, every truth shared expands your spiritual bank in ways unseen. The more you pour, the more heaven refills. If this word stirs something inside you, if it confirms what your spirit already knows, then stay connected. Like, share, subscribe, and, if led, donate to keep this stream alive. Every small act keeps the oil flowing, keeps the fire burning, keeps heaven's message traveling to those still searching for light. You are part of that mission. Chosen one. The wealth transfer is not coming, it has begun. Walk with open hands, a generous heart, and unshakable purpose. The vaults of heaven are moving in your direction. Let your faith stay fluid, your gratitude constant, and your giving fearless. You are no longer waiting for overflow. You are becoming the overflow. Chosen one. The time of abundance is glorious, but with it comes a holy weight, the responsibility to guard what heaven entrusts to you. The blessings that flow freely are not only for your joy but also for your testing. You are entering the season of guarding the treasure. Heaven is not finished blessing you, but now heaven watches how you handle the blessing. It is written in the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 19. In this way they will lay up treasure for themselves as a firm foundation for the coming age, so that they may take hold of the life that is truly life. The treasures of heaven are not limited to gold, property, or success. They include wisdom, peace, integrity, and divine favor. Each of these treasures has value that cannot be measured by any earthly currency. When you receive favor, you must shield it. When God grants you influence, you must protect it with humility. When doors open easily, guard your discernment so you do not step through the wrong one. Guarding the treasure begins with discernment. Not all who draw near to you are assigned to you. Some are attracted by your light, but not all are aligned with your mission. Learn to distinguish between those who come to add value and those who come to consume. It is not cruelty to protect your peace, it is stewardship. The enemy often disguises himself as opportunity. That is why discernment is the key lock of divine treasure. You have spent years in wilderness training, learning to hear the faint voice of heaven among the noise of the world. That training was not wasted. You now carry the inner radar to detect motives. The same spirit that revealed truth in darkness will continue to whisper clarity in the light of success. Trust that still voice. It will guide you through both open and hidden dangers. The treasures of heaven are spiritual first, physical later. Guarding them means maintaining purity of intention. Pride is the thief that quietly robs the wealthy of purpose. Do not let accomplishment shift your focus from the source. Every time you feel yourself beginning to depend on the gift more than the giver, pause, realign. Remember who placed the treasure in your hands. Gratitude is the guardian of blessing. Chosen one. Guarding the treasure also means protecting your atmosphere. Prosperity attracts noise. Everyone will have opinions about your next step. Some will cheer, others will critique, and a few will disguise envy as advice. Guard your ears. Not every voice deserves entrance into your inner world. Silence has more wisdom than 10,000 opinions. Seek the voice of the Spirit above all else, and the treasure will remain intact. Guard also your time. The more heaven increases your influence, the more valuable your moments become. Time is the currency of eternity. Spend it wisely. Not every invitation is divine. Some opportunities exist to drain, not to build. Say no with peace when the Spirit leads you to. Refusing distraction is as holy as accepting assignment. There will come a stage when you must guard against fatigue. Abundance can be as exhausting as lack if you try to control it. Learn to rest, even while the blessing flows. Rest is a weapon. It keeps your spirit sharp and your heart free from clutter. Heaven's treasures do not require constant anxiety. They multiply best in peace. Remember this: the treasure is not for display. The true mark of maturity is quiet prosperity, the ability to carry great blessing without flaunting it. The treasure is sacred, Exposure can attract attack. Shine naturally, not intentionally. The world will see what it needs to see without you having to announce it. Your consistency will speak louder than your celebration ever could. Guarding also means accountability. Surround yourself with wise counsel, people who fear God more than they fear offending you. The treasure grows safely under the watch of those who carry integrity. Isolation is a silent destroyer. It blinds you to subtle compromise. Those who carry great light must remain teachable or risk burning themselves in their own flame. Chosen one. You are now a keeper of divine wealth, but you are also its gatekeeper. What enters and what exits your life determines whether the treasure multiplies or diminishes. When you guard with humility, the treasure expands. When you neglect it, it shrinks into burden. Heaven never withholds increase it, simply entrusts it to those who will protect it. Your new posture is quiet strength. You no longer need to prove worthiness. Your fruit already testifies. Guard the treasure, not with fear, but with reverence. Hold it gently. Live transparently. And let your gratitude remain louder than your gain. For the one who can protect the blessing without being possessed by it will always remain under open heavens. Chosen one. Heaven is renewing its promise with you. The storm may have shaken much, but the foundation has remained your faith, your endurance, your quiet obedience. You are stepping into the covenant of overflow. This is not a mere blessing, it is a divine agreement between you and the eternal. Heaven has written your name upon the scroll of abundance, and the ink of that covenant is trust. From the beginning, God has always sealed his promises with covenant. Noah received one in the form of a rainbow. Abraham received it through faith. David carried it through kingship. And now, heaven extends the same invitation to you, to walk in the overflow not as a visitor, but as a covenant bearer. You are not simply being blessed, you are being bound to the flow of divine provision. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. This verse is not a wish, it is a contract. God's plans are not fragile, they are fixed. You cannot outsin his mercy, nor outweight his faithfulness. The covenant of overflow is your inheritance, activated by faith and sustained by obedience. It does not expire when circumstances shift. It remains even when you waver, because it is written in his nature, not yours. Chosen one. Understand this. The covenant of overflow does not promise a life without challenge. Rather, it guarantees abundance in spite of challenge. While others fear famine, you will experience fruitfulness. While the world tightens its grasp in scarcity, you will stretch your hands in generosity. The covenant does not bend to the economy, it answers only to heaven's supply chain. But a covenant must be kept. It demands participation. Your role is to stay aligned, to walk uprightly, to remain generous when fear says to hoard. The covenant of overflow thrives in open hands. When you release, heaven replenishes. When you give, heaven multiplies. Your obedience keeps the river clear of obstruction. There is a pattern in heaven. Every covenant renews through remembrance. That is why the Spirit keeps reminding you of old promises, of dreams that never died, of prayers you thought were ignored. They were not forgotten, they were stored. Heaven has perfect memory. Every seed, every sacrifice. Every act of faith remains recorded, and the covenant ensures it returns multiplied. Look around you. The signs are subtle but certain. Relationships are being realigned. Resources are reappearing. Opportunities that vanished are resurfacing with better timing. Even the weariness in your spirit is lifting because heaven is breathing again over your destiny. The covenant of overflow is not future tense, it is active now. Yet, beware of treating overflow as ownership. You are not the owner, you are the steward. A steward manages the abundance for a purpose greater than self. The covenant exists not to enrich you alone, but to empower you to bless others. Every time you extend kindness, every time you help someone rise, you prove to heaven that the flow is being used well, and heaven increases it. Chosen one. There will be moments when you are tempted to question the covenant, when blessings delay, when prayers seem unanswered. In those moments, remember this truth: the covenant does not depend on your emotion, it depends on God's integrity. Even in silence, He is faithful. Even when you doubt, He remains steady. The overflow is not about luck, it is about lineage. You are a child of divine promise, and heaven cannot break its word. Let gratitude become your signature in this season. Speak thankfulness before results appear. Overflow multiplies in thankful hearts. Complaining dries up miracles. Gratitude multiplies them. Each day you awaken. Declare, I am in covenant with abundance. Say it until it becomes your reality. And to mark this moment of divine remembrance, type 555 inches, the comments below. The number 5 is the number of grace, and its triple form declares multiplied favor, grace upon grace upon grace. As you write it, you are aligning yourself with the covenant of overflow, declaring, I live under divine grace, and it will not run dry. Lo, chosen one, you are standing in the river of promise. The current has picked up speed. Your days of spiritual drought are over. The covenant is active, alive, and expanding through every area of your life. Hold your faith steady and your heart open, for the God who began this work will complete it in overflow. You will not merely survive, you will pour. You will not just receive, you will overflow. Chosen one. Abundance is not only a gift, it is a mindset. Many have received blessings and still lived like beggars because their spirit never left the prison of lack. You are now in the breaking of the spirit of lack. Heaven is not merely changing your bank account, it is transforming your inner landscape. You are being rewired from survival to dominion, from scarcity to sufficiency, from fear to faith. The Word of God declares in the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 19, and my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of His glory in Christ Jesus. This verse reveals heaven's logic. Need is not the master, God is. Your provision is not determined by earthly sources, but by the inexhaustible riches of His glory. The spirit of lack thrives where the mind believes there is never enough. It whispers lies. You must fight to keep what you have. Others get more. You'll never rise again. But today, those whispers lose power. You are stepping into the revelation that abundance is your birthright. Lack is not the absence of money, it is the presence of fear. It limits imagination, blinds generosity, and breeds comparison. But you, chosen one, have walked long enough in the wilderness to know that provision does not depend on numbers, it depends on trust. In your lowest moments, when logic failed and resources vanished, somehow you survived. That survival was not chance, it was grace. Heaven has already proven that you are sustained by divine supply. Now heaven is upgrading your inner system. The spirit of lack cannot live in a heart that knows its source. This transformation begins within before your surroundings change. Your belief must. You are not a struggler waiting for overflow. You are a vessel already connected to the flow. The Spirit of God wants you to stop asking, "Can I afford it?" and start asking, "Is it aligned with my purpose?" Because when it is aligned, heaven funds it. Chosen one. Look back carefully. Notice the pattern. Every time something was taken, something better followed. Every closed door made space for a larger entrance. You have never been truly empty. You have only been redirected. Even your seasons of less were training you to live on faith, not fear. The spirit of lack wanted you to panic. God wanted you to perceive. And now, perception has matured into revelation. You were never poor, only being prepared. The spirit of lack also hides in habits. It convinces people to store endlessly, yet never feel secure. It teaches to fear generosity, to overthink opportunity, to see risk as ruin. But heaven's language is opposite. Heaven says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you." The act of giving is heaven's declaration that you trust the infinite. Each time you release something precious, your time, your kindness, your faith, you create spiritual motion that returns, multiplied. The breaking of this spirit may not feel dramatic. It often begins quietly. You will catch yourself thinking differently. You'll stop saying, "I can't," and start asking, "How can heaven use this?" You'll sense peace where panic used to live. You'll find joy in small things and confidence, even when the numbers look small. That peace is proof that the old mindset has lost its grip. Chosen one. Understand, wealth is not wicked, and poverty is not holy. What matters is stewardship. When the mind of lack dies, the heart of stewardship rises. You will begin to see money as mission, resources as tools, and opportunity as ministry. What once enslaved you will now serve you. You will no longer chase blessings, they will chase you because your spirit now matches heaven's flow. Breaking lack is not about ignoring reality, it's about redefining it. You may still face bills, needs, or responsibilities, but your posture changes. Instead of fear, you carry assurance. Instead of worry, you carry wisdom. Lack is loud, but faith is louder. When you think like a child of promise, you start attracting what aligns with your identity. Heaven is calling you to see yourself differently. You are not standing at the door, asking for crumbs. You are sitting at the table, holding a covenant seat. There is a supply with your name on it. There always was. You were not meant to live cautiously rationing your light. You were meant to shine it freely, knowing the source never runs dry. The spirit of lack breaks the moment you believe that God is enough. Not when money arrives, not when opportunities appear, but when your heart declares, "Even if nothing comes today, I still have everything in Him." That is the freedom heaven wanted you to taste. So now, live in that truth. Walk like one who owns invisible treasure. Speak like one who has already received. Plan boldly. Give freely. Rest deeply. The old fear cannot follow you here. The cage of scarcity has opened, and you, chosen one, have already walked out. Chosen one. Heaven is not leaving you without direction. As the waves of blessing rise, you will need heavenly blueprints for prosperity, divine strategies that ensure you build, not merely accumulate. Wealth without wisdom collapses. Favor without foresight fades. But the plans of God come with precision. Every season of abundance carries its own set of instructions, and heaven is now unfolding yours. The prophet Elijah spoke, as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 17, verse 14. For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says, the jar of flour will not be used up, and the jug of oil will not run dry, until the day the Lord sends rain on the land. This is the pattern of heaven, continuous provision through divine instruction. The widow's miracle was not in her possession, it was in her obedience to a prophetic blueprint. She followed a simple command, and her household entered endless supply. Likewise, the Spirit is whispering blueprints to you, now strategies tailor-made for your calling, crafted for your assignment. Prosperity is not chaos, it is orchestration. God does not bless to confuse, He blesses to confirm. He is showing you how to manage what is coming, how to build systems that reflect His order. The ideas forming in your mind, the sudden clarity about next steps, the gentle push to act. All these are signals from heaven's design table. You are not being left to guess, you are being guided to grow. Chosen one. Do not rush this process. Blueprints require silence to be read. The architect of your destiny speaks softly. In a noisy world, only the still-hearted can hear clearly. That is why some doors have not yet opened. He is perfecting the plan behind them. He does not want you to enter rooms that lack foundation. The delay is divine drafting. Every divine blueprint carries two layers, revelation and responsibility. Revelation shows what can be built. Responsibility determines how it will last. Some receive revelation but ignore structure, and their blessings evaporate. Heaven is training you to value both. The Spirit will teach you not only what to build, but how to sustain it. These blueprints may appear as inspiration during prayer, unexpected ideas in the night, or even conversations that ignite new understanding. Do not dismiss them as coincidence. Heaven speaks through creativity. The same Spirit that hovered over chaos in Genesis still hovers over your plans, ready to breathe form into what looks formless. Chosen one. Divine prosperity requires spiritual order. Before God multiplies, He organizes. Before He increases, He instructs. That is why He is fine-tuning your discipline, your focus, and your stewardship. He is showing you how to plan budgets without fear, how to execute vision without exhaustion, how to build partnerships without compromise. This is heavenly architecture at work. Each instruction is a pillar, each act of obedience a stone. Guard these instructions. They are sacred scrolls, not public content. Not everyone will understand what God tells you. Some will question your methods, others your motives. But heaven's blueprints are customized. They will not fit anyone else's hands. You must resist the temptation to compare your journey. Comparison is corruption to divine design. Build quietly, faithfully, and in time. The structure will speak for itself. There is another principle within these blueprints: sustainability. Heaven is not building temporary bursts of blessing, but generational flow. The prosperity you walk into is meant to outlive you. That is why the Spirit will direct you to think long-term, to plan for legacy, to mentor others who will continue your mission. Prosperity becomes purpose when it multiplies beyond one lifetime. Chosen one. As you follow heaven's designs, you will feel peace, even in risk. That peace is confirmation. It means alignment. The world's plans bring anxiety. Heaven's plans bring assurance. You may not understand every step, but you will sense divine rhythm beneath it. The right blueprint always fits the hand of faith. You are not building alone. Heaven is your project partner. The resources you need, wisdom, strength, connections, are embedded in the plan itself. As you move, they will appear. Do not fear the unknown. The blueprint already accounts for it. Every divine design includes provision. You are being prepared not just to prosper, but to govern prosperity. You will know how to invest without greed, how to give without depletion, how to rest without regression. This is mastery, the balance between motion and stillness, earning and trusting, building and believing. The blueprint teaches both abundance and alignment. Soon, people will look at your life and see not randomness but structure, evidence that you followed divine design. They will ask how you did it, and your answer will be simple: I built what heaven showed me. That will be your testimony, your legacy, your proof that prosperity without blueprints is fragile, but prosperity built on revelation endures forever. Chosen one. The time has come for recognition. Heaven is crowning those who endured without applause, who served in silence while others sought spotlight. You are entering the crowning of stewards. The crown is not for decoration, it is for responsibility. It signifies that heaven now trusts you to govern, to distribute, to represent divine abundance with integrity and grace. As the Apostle Peter declared in his first letter, chapter 5, verse 4, "And when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive the crown of glory that will never fade away." You, chosen one, have stood the test. When everything around you fell apart, you did not curse heaven, you kept believing. When your resources ran low, you still gave. When others mocked your hope, you whispered prayers into the dark, and heaven saw it all. Now, your endurance has ripened into authority. You are being crowned, not with gold, but with divine trust. The crown you receive is invisible yet unmistakable. It is a mantle of honor, a mark that draws both favor and responsibility. Heaven does not crown the proud, it crowns the proven. You have proven that your heart can handle increase without arrogance, that your spirit can carry glory without losing gratitude. That is why heaven chooses you as a steward of its abundance. Think of this moment like the sunrise after a long night. The sky does not explode suddenly into brilliance, it shifts quietly, steadily, until light fills everything. That's how your elevation will happen. Heaven will raise you with grace, not noise. One day, you will simply realize that the weight you carried has turned into a crown. Chosen one. Being crowned does not mean the journey ends. It means your influence begins. A crown is not for keeping, it is for representing. You are a signpost of divine goodness, a living testimony that faithfulness is never forgotten. The resources you now hold, your skills, your platform, your voice, are royal tools meant to build and bless. The greater the crown, the greater the call to serve. As you carry this new authority, remember the secret of true royalty: humility. Kings lose kingdoms when they forget the one who gave them the throne. Your crown must always point upward. Every compliment, every recognition, every success, reflect it back to heaven. Gratitude keeps your crown polished. Pride makes it rust. You may notice people begin to look to you for guidance, inspiration, even provision. Some will admire, others may misunderstand. But your role is not to prove your worth, it is to serve with wisdom. The best kings are not those who shout their power, but those who quietly uplift their people. Let your actions, not your announcements, speak of your crown. And as you walk in this new light, remember this message itself is a reflection of divine stewardship. What you are receiving now flows from heaven's heart, through words, into your spirit. If it stirs you, if it feeds you, if it awakens something inside, then let it also flow forward. Like this message to let heaven know its words found fertile ground. Share it, that others might find their own crown in these truths. Subscribe, so you remain connected to the ongoing current of revelation that heaven is releasing in this season. And yes, if your heart feels led, donate, not out of pressure, but out of partnership. Think of it as placing another jewel upon the crown of this message. Your giving keeps the oil flowing, keeps the lamps burning, keeps the sound of truth echoing in places that still sit in darkness. Every drop of support is like gold melted into purpose, shaping something eternal. Comment your reflections below. Share what this season feels like for you. Maybe your crown feels heavy. Maybe it still feels invisible, but your words might strengthen another soul who's still waiting for theirs. Each comment becomes part of the testimony heaven is writing through us all. You are not being exalted for vanity, you are being elevated for vision. The crown represents completion of one cycle and the birth of another. It reminds you that heaven trusts you to carry wealth without worshipping it, influence without arrogance, success without compromise. You are the image of divine stewardship in motion. Chosen one, wear your crown with reverence. Let its weight remind you of the cost of endurance. Let its beauty reflect the glory of your Creator. And when the world sees your light, let them know that crowns are not given for comfort, they are given for calling. Now rise, steward of heaven. Walk as one crowned by grace, not by men. The kingdom has recognized your faithfulness, and heaven itself stands to applaud. Chosen one, the sound of your name now carries beyond your borders. What heaven has placed within you is not meant to stay hidden. It is designed to touch nations. You have reached the stage called "The nations await your light." Every seed of wisdom, every battle you've survived, every prayer whispered through pain, these have shaped the message you now carry. The world does not need another echo. It needs your authentic sound. Heaven is sending you not as a wanderer, but as a torchbearer. The ancient prophet Isaiah wrote in his book, chapter 60, verse 3, "Nations will come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your dawn." Do not shrink back now. The same God who refined you in obscurity is now calling you into visibility. The wilderness made you deep, The spotlight will make you effective. You are not stepping into fame, you are stepping into function. The light you carry is not for attention, it is for awakening. Chosen one. Understand that light attracts both wonder and warfare. When your light begins to rise, shadows react. Some will celebrate you, others will misinterpret you. But remember, shadows prove the presence of light. Do not dim yourself to avoid discomfort. You were not sent to blend in, but to stand out. Your light exposes falsehood and guides the lost. If opposition increases, it only means your reach is widening. There will be moments when the weight of responsibility feels heavy. You will sense the pull of many voices, requests, expectations, opinions, but your strength will come from stillness. Before you speak to the nations, you must continue listening to heaven. Public impact must always flow from private intimacy. When you kneel before God, you rise before people with power that cannot be shaken. Heaven is orchestrating divine intersections. Doors will open in unexpected regions. Connections will emerge across cultures, and languages will echo your message. What once felt like isolation will now become expansion. Every skill you learned, every scar you carry, will serve a purpose far beyond your imagination. Even the pain you once cursed will become the proof of your anointing. It qualifies you to speak to the wounded across the earth. But remember, chosen one. Not all open doors are divine. Some are distractions dressed as opportunities. Let discernment be your compass. Only step where peace abides. If the spirit within you grows quiet, wait. Heaven's timing is precise. It never needs to be rushed. The same God who opens doors will also give you the wisdom to know which to walk through as your light expands. Guard your purity. Influence can become intoxicating if untethered from humility. The nations will listen, but they must hear heaven through you. Not just you. Stay grounded in worship, anchored in the word, and clothed in compassion. Let love remain the language you speak most fluently. The world does not need loud leaders, it needs luminous ones. You will soon realize that the light God placed within you carries creative power. When you speak, solutions will form. When you act, broken systems will begin to heal. People will call it success, but you will know it is divine synergy. Heaven and earth are collaborating through you. Your assignment will not always look spiritual. Sometimes your light will shine through business, art, leadership, innovation, or compassion. Do not limit where God can move. The Spirit is creative and loves to work through diversity. Wherever you go, light travels with you. You will illuminate boardrooms as easily as prayer rooms, and your integrity will preach louder than your voice. Chosen one. You are a bridge between heaven and humanity. The nations are drawn to you because they see hope in your endurance, peace in your presence, and wisdom in your wounds. You are not the source, you are the reflection. Stay positioned near the light, and you will never run out of radiance. There is no small life under heaven's hand. Every act of obedience releases ripples that cross oceans. You may never see all the faces your light will touch, but heaven keeps record of every heart transformed through your faithfulness. You have been prepared for this moment since the day heaven called your name. Do not underestimate your reach. The nations are waiting not for perfection, but for authenticity. When you walk in truth, your light will travel farther than your feet ever could. Chosen one. The final gate is opening. The air around you carries the scent of rain after drought, the promise of completion. You are now standing beneath the outpouring you once prayed for from a distance. This is the final outpouring, the moment when everything God has promised begins to converge: favor, wealth, purpose, and divine partnership, all flowing together like rivers meeting the sea. As was spoken through the prophet Joel, chapter 2, verse 23. Be glad, people of Zion. Rejoice in the Lord your God. For he has given you the autumn rains, because he is faithful. He sends you abundant showers, both autumn and spring rains. As before, heaven has been holding back nothing from you. What felt like delay was actually storage, a gathering of blessings waiting for alignment. Every season before this, every trial, every silence, every correction was preparation for this release. Now the storehouses of heaven are opening, and what once trickled will begin to pour. The outpouring comes not as chaos but as orchestration. It is as though every strand of your story, every broken piece and every hidden victory are being woven into one grand tapestry of purpose. You will suddenly see how the years connected, how the pain refined you, how the waiting produced depth. Nothing was wasted. Even your tears became seeds that now water the soil of your destiny. This flood is not only external, it is internal. The Spirit is filling the empty spaces within you that no achievement could satisfy. You will feel lighter, not because everything around you is perfect, but because your soul finally rests in divine completion. The ache that lingered quietly in your heart is being replaced by a calm joy, a peace that whispers, "It is finished." Then, chosen one, the final outpouring comes with clarity. The fog that once clouded your decisions will lift. You will see your path clearly, not as a single destination, but as a continuum of purpose. The revelation that comes in this season will be practical, not abstract. God will show you where to plant, when to act, whom to trust. The scattered puzzle pieces of your journey will fit together effortlessly. Do not be surprised when provision appears as instruction. Sometimes heaven's answer is not a miracle, but a method. The outpouring of wisdom will equal the outpouring of resources. You will find yourself speaking with authority, writing with clarity, building with precision. Your actions will carry an ease that only grace can create. This is also the season of fulfillment for promises spoken long ago. Words you forgot will resurface. Prophecies you shelved will reignite. Dreams that seemed impossible will suddenly breathe again. It will feel like heaven is returning everything that was paused. But in truth, it was never lost. It was simply waiting for appointed time. That time is now, yet even in abundance. Heaven's rhythm remains gentle. The outpouring is not meant to drown, but to empower. God gives you overflow, not to overwhelm you, but to stretch your capacity for generosity, leadership, and love. You are being trusted with much because your heart has proven steady under little. The very character that grew in scarcity will protect you in abundance. Chosen one. The final outpouring also brings restoration. Relationships once fractured will begin to heal under divine timing. Misunderstandings will clear. Those who misjudged you will witness your vindication, not through vengeance, but through your rising. You will not need to defend yourself. Your fruit will do it for you. The fragrance of God's favor will speak louder than any argument. When heaven pours, everything connected to you feels the rain. Families will sense peace returning. Projects that stalled will revive. Bodies and minds will find renewal. You will carry an atmosphere that refreshes others. Your presence will remind them that hope still breathes. That is what it means to live under open heavens. But remember, chosen one, this outpouring is not the end of your story. It is the unveiling of your purpose in full bloom. You are not arriving, you are becoming. The flood is not finality, it is fruitfulness. From here, you will move from overflow to influence, from receiving to releasing, from surviving to sustaining others. Chosen one, you have reached the end of this journey. But heaven's voice does not end here. It continues within you. Everything you have read, every whisper that stirred your heart, was heaven speaking to your spirit. You are no longer the one searching for signs. You are the sign. You carry the evidence of divine favor, the reflection of heaven's faithfulness. As this message settles in your soul, take a moment to breathe and remember, your story is a seed. Someone, somewhere, is waiting for the light you now carry. Let it travel, like this message, to let it live beyond you. Share it, so another weary soul may find the same fire you just received. Subscribe to stay connected to the flow of words heaven continues to release through this vessel, because the story of the chosen ones is still being written, and you are part of its next chapter. If this message has poured life into you, and your heart feels led, donate as an act of partnership, not obligation. Every act of giving keeps this river of revelation flowing toward more hearts, more homes, more destinies waiting to awaken. And finally, write your reflection below. Speak your gratitude, your testimony, your hope. Your words are not small, they are ripples in eternity. Heaven smiles on those who carry light forward. Go, chosen one, shine, build, and pour. The kingdom moves because you do.